Almost all of AT&T's customers have had their text and call records stolen. Now, just to be clear though, the content of the texts and calls have not been. Here's the story.
AT&T revealed Friday that nearly all its customers had their text and call data stolen in mid-2022. What exactly was stolen? Call and text message records. This doesn't include the content of the calls and texts or when the calls and texts were made. It does include phone numbers, the number of calls, and the length of the calls. Customer names were not exposed, but AT&T says there are ways to find the name associated with a phone number.
It just gives them a way better picture in order to mount better quality attacks against people. You'll be able to tell exactly what doctors they interacted with or firms of doctors from the reverse phone numbers. You'll be able to know which services online they registered for.
Tech expert Ashley Monraj says criminals may not be able to harm you directly with the data itself, but they can use it to learn more about you.
It's the culmination of all the pieces, those digital breadcrumbs that provide value to a hacker, to a cyber criminal. They can use that against you.
Cybersecurity expert Scott Schober says all of our data has value. Correlating phone data with social media account data builds a fuller picture of you. Criminals can then use this information for phishing campaigns, ransomware attacks, and doxing.
They build up this beautiful digital profile about you, your whereabouts, your habits, and they use that against you to take your money, to take your identity, to take your credit, you name it.
AT&T said in a statement that it has secured the access point where the hackers got in. The company says it doesn't believe the data is publicly available. Authorities have reportedly arrested one suspect. AT&T also says it constantly evaluates its security to address evolving cyber threats.
I don't think AT&T is likely to suffer too much from this breach at all. The data that was compromised is more just who their customers are, which I don't think most people are that concerned about. So I think they'll weather this storm. They'll have a bad press cycle for a few days, and then they'll move forward.
Evan Neerman is the CEO of Red Banyan, a crisis communications firm. He says if the content of people's messages and calls were stolen, it'd be a different story.